2 weeks ago, we commemorated the 49th yahrzeit of Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel. And this coming week, we will celebrate the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Rabbi Heschel and Dr. King shared a deep and profoundly influential friendship. Throughout the 1960s, they spoke together, they advocated for civil rights together, and they marched together, most famously across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama in 1965. And this year, between the anniversary of Rabbi Heschel's death and the anniversary of Dr. King's birth, Reverend Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff were both elected to represent the state of Georgia in the United States Senate. Reverend Warnock is the pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church, which was Dr. King's pulpit, and John Ossoff will be the first Jewish senator to serve from the Deep South since the year 1879. And regardless of what you think about them politically, the fact that a Black pastor and a Jewish man were elected to serve in the Senate by the state of Georgia is a remarkable achievement. When Susanna Heschel, Abraham Joshua Heschel's daughter, heard that Reverend Warnock and John Ossoff were both elected, she said that it felt like her father and Dr. King were back together again. They would be rejoicing, she said, in realizing that they helped to create this moment. In his famous mountaintop speech, which he delivered just one day before he was assassinated, Dr. King spoke so powerfully of the Israelite enslavement in Egypt, which we read about in this week's Parashah Va'era. As Dr. King said in that speech, whenever Pharaoh wanted to prolong the period of slavery in Egypt, he had a favorite formula for doing it. And what was that formula? He kept the slaves fighting amongst themselves. But whenever the slaves got together, something happened in Pharaoh's court. He couldn't hold them in slavery any longer. When the slaves got together, that was the beginning of the end of slavery. Now let us maintain our unity. As we continue to live through one of the most difficult and divisive periods in American history, let us take Dr. King's words to heart. Pharaoh was only able to maintain his control over his slaves when he kept them divided. But when they came together, when they were united, that was the beginning of our redemption. Shabbat Shalom.